Welcome to Elevation Nation with your hosts Sam Panich and Parker Yablon. Elevation Nation is a community focused on bringing together young adults who are elevating themselves and others every day. Each Thursday, we take 15 minutes to talk about what's going on in the real world and touch on all the great things that Elevation Nation is up to.
What's happening? Elevation Nation, February 19, 2026. It is getting a little warm out, up to 45 degrees. Sun was out. It felt like the summer, man. Sam, I know you had a good weekend. How was it?
Good. Snow's melting. Went to yoga, learned how to do a handstand and a headstand, and tried to learn how to do the splits. Can't do the splits. Confirmed. Cannot do the splits. But
do you think that you'll ever be able to do a split if you've tried? Like, is that how it works?
It's not necessarily a top skill that I have on my bucket list per se. But, you know, when in yoga, we lean into things outside of our comfort zone. So we tried some new things, tried some fun things, and they certainly were different for me.
Wait, is that actually how it works? Like you can eventually get to a point where you can do a split?
Yeah. What do you mean? You got to stretch
Like you can
more.
train your muscles? Oof. It's like that kid at experience camps who can just fully jump and do a split. It's one of the more impressive things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Agreed. Impressive feat.
Impressive feat. Today, we were going to go the normal route on the topic, talk about what's, mindset related, current events happening. And if you're on X, the everything app X, the last 2-3 weeks, I feel like everything has just been Claude, AI, co-work, AI is going to take your job, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, Sam, I need to download this thing, Claude, and actually see if this, like, how it works. Because I've been using Gemini, formerly using ChatGPT, but I like Gemini. So I download Claude. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have this thing create us a Fortitude and 15 outline, something that I put together every week. And so I prompted it, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to connect to my Google Drive and everything. I created us an outline. I didn't even touch Google. I didn't touch my browser. I literally, this thing that we're looking at right now was fully just created by the AI, and I watched it go and click in my browser and like drag and drop and copy and paste all of what we're looking at right now. And it put together this outline. I'm just like, holy crap. This is a little scary, very weird. So Sam, what you're looking at right now is I didn't touch any of it. This was fully prompted by me from the Claude app. He doesn't like it, but I think it is an indicator of where eventually we're going, and we're not going to use this outline today. And Elevation Nation, for
So you hate it too?
Yeah, I didn't like it, but I'm like, wow, like this is pretty crazy that it was able to actually go into my browser and drop. It literally created the Word doc and put it in the right folder and everything. The one thing it didn't do.
Do you actually get? Like, Are you actually like, wow?
Yes, because
Why?
if this can do this now,
for years. Now.
What'd you say?
We've seen AI do cool stuff for years now. It actually still blows your mind every time it does one small little thing.
No. This wasn't just AI and it tells me an answer or gives me
It made a Word doc
research.
and that blew your mind?
It went into my Google Drive, created the Word doc, created the title, created everything. It looked at previous Fortitude and 15s and understood the type of topics we talk about, the themes that we talk about, the
you're
structure.
telling me you gave it all of your Google file access. So now it has access to our tax documents and our financials and any passwords you have saved in there and pictures of you and your wife. Is that what you're telling me?
It has access to Google Drive.
Okay.
First of all, if you're putting your password in Google Drive, well, that's a different conversation for another
Fair.
day.
Okay.
Very, very tax information. I mean, yes, but at the same time, like, does that matter? I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe. So maybe we need to have a conversation about that too, Sam. But
You went
I was
rogue,
testing it
man.
out. I was testing this out. Very
All right.
cool. The future, and yes, we're looking at it right now. It's not good. Comfort zone lie. It's very generic. The questions, the setup, but that is exactly how AI was. Like at first, it's like it's gonna get better. It's like the Will Smith thing. Like 3 years ago, it was Will Smith eating a plate of spaghetti, and it was like terrible. Now look at the AI bots making videos of Will Smith eating spaghetti. It's like if you put the two together, it's like night and day different. So this was pretty mind-blowing to me. And then a couple minutes later after doing this, I came across Andrew Yang. You know Andrew Yang. He formerly ran for, was it president? Right?
He did. Yeah.
And maybe mayor of New York City at some point. But he just posted on X, the Everything app, an article called "The End of the Office." He said, he basically was like, this automation wave will kick millions of white-collar workers to the curb in the next 12 to 18 months. He's projecting 20 to 50% in the next several years. And, like, there's no stop. We've been talking about this for a while, and then he even goes into, like, personal bankruptcies will surge. College grads won't be able to find jobs. Downtowns and office parks will empty out. Pessimism and anger will rise. Sam, what did we
Anything good?
think about this? No, there was nothing good.
Nothing good?
Nothing positive. And it
Okay.
wasn't like him giving us the answer. What do we do?
Yeah, go move to a farm.
You're just going to move to a farm?
I don't know. To be perfectly honest, I'm kind of over all this shit.
You're
There's
over
no
it.
I'm over it. There's no positive outlook on the future. I think for many people, AI is scaring a lot of people, and I do think a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. We're already seeing that. And when the white-collar workers lose their jobs and then can't get another one, you lose your sense of belonging, you lose your sense of purpose, and you lose your sense of career. And I know, Parker, we've talked about this. I hate the feeling of financial insecurity. So it really scares me to think that I wouldn't have a paycheck in the next couple of years coming in. And so, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what is the alternative moving forward to be able to provide for me and my family. And that's a scary reality because before it was just get a job and you'll be okay. Even if you hated the job, you stick it out and you grind it out for your family, but you wouldn't be homeless. Now the alternative is, I think, a lot scarier for people. So, yeah, part of me wants to take my money and run.
Take your money and run to the farm?
Yeah, I want a farm on a lake with our buddy CVC, and no one will bother me. I can just hide.
The nomad lifestyle. You're like the Bedouins. You're just going to live on your own kibbutz.
I
basically.
mean, last night I started watching a show on Netflix called Alone. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. A reality show where people go out in the wilderness and survive by themselves.
Oh, that's cool.
It's pretty badass. No, but in all, like, joking aside, Parker, yeah, I'm pretty freaked out.
It is
Because I do
freaky.
think no matter what, even if you're a top performer in your company, I think within the next 3 years, you probably will see a lot of your coworkers get laid off. In the next 5 to 10 years max, you probably will lose your job. And when all those jobs are changed and different, if we're not bringing more jobs into the world, then I think a lot of people are going to be jobless and nervous and scared and have no sense of purpose and paycheck and community. And I don't know how to get ahead of that. I feel like just the fact that we're talking about it and thinking about it, we're ahead of most people. We've done a good job saving our money, investing our money. I think we got to find more additional ways to make money while we sleep that's AI resistant. But beyond that, we might just be fucked, man. I don't know.
it's like whenever there's this big revolutionary thing, and we've talked about like the history, like, during the agricultural revolution, manufacturing revolution, like industrial, whatever, and then like the dot-com bubble, like people fear, and then it kind of shakes out. I feel like we're in a world where like we're not talking about like a new technology that's going to help us do things faster. Like we're talking about something that has its own intelligence and its own ability to do what we're essentially able to do as a knowledge worker in white collar jobs. So yeah, it's scary and it's really disheartening at times, but there's hope.
Oh yeah, is there?
I came across another article by this guy randomly. I know. Hope because I read another article, right? Oh, man. This guy on LinkedIn, Joe Bootler, wrote a post said cost cutting is the lazy AI strategy for big businesses. Growth is the game. He was making the argument in this article that companies that are going to win are actually not the ones that are going to cut people because of efficiencies gained through AI. They're going to actually increase headcount to use they train these people to use AI to make their impact as a business greater and more effective on a more broader scale, where they're able to pick up more clients, do more things in the world, create more value if you train and you build people capacity around using AI. And I thought that was really fantastic. He thought that the cost cutting that AI is going to come is a lazy strategy. And actually the ones that are going to win are going to figure out how to use people to be more effective in whatever that service or product they're offering.
Yeah, I sure hope he's right. That sounds like a much better alternative. I like that plan.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
Sure. I think it matters, but it goes back to something that we've been really excited about. I think last year was authentic intelligence. Is what's the thing that you and I both agree that AI can't replace? And that is Sam Panich. That is Sam Panich as a leader, as a human, Parker as a human, a leader, a person. Like it can't take our communication skills. It can't take our ability to connect with others. It can't take ability to problem solve it like a human. And so maybe we need to continue to push in that regard, Sam, doubling down on who we are as people, something that we've been talking about for the last 6 years as the way to elevate, as the way to be better, as the way to continue to add value to the world. It's just by being our unique self. But that's harder than ever before, which is the funny part about it.
It's a weird world we live in. It's a scary world. A lot of uncertainty. But maybe like we're hypocrites. Maybe our parents when they were 30 felt this too, about the wars going on or just the state of
Affairs.
Life. Yeah, I mean, dude, everyone thought the year 2000 that the entire computers were all going to like reset and everything was just going to explode. So they're freaking out about that. Maybe we're freaking out about something that won't happen. But unfortunately, I'm a pessimistic person more than I'd like to admit. So yeah, I'm a little worried about the state of the world and the future of where AI is taking all of us. And yeah, I don't know, Parker. Part of me just thinks it's time to become more of a Renaissance man. Take our money, take our savings, find a way to make a little bit of money, but then move out to a place that's way cheaper and try to become more self-sustaining.
Yeah.
Survivalist mode. You might not
Sounds
have an
like,
option. You want to live in New Jersey, but like...
Are you
can only live in New Jersey
anti-capitalism now?
No, I don't think you have an option. I think I'm super pro-capitalism, but there's no capital to be pro for. If money runs out, you don't have a job. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to live in New York City still? You're going to move to the suburbs? You're not going to be able to afford anything. What's your plan?
Well, you could make the argument, Sam, if you're isolating this problem on just yourself. I imagine that many others would experience the exact same thing. And as a result...
So they're going to take my farm before I can get there.
Well, I think to your point about living, maybe the cost of living would have to go down because everyone doesn't have enough to live, aka supply demand, If not everyone
Or
has
everyone just
money to pay
dies.
for their $4,000 apartment, at some point, the prices of apartments will have to go down. Unless AI is just like buying up these apartments.
I
And
was
then
gonna
it's
say,
just like,
unless AI
yeah,
buys himself a little home.
they're buying a little home and then they're going to build their
Well-
own little machines to keep them running. And then next thing you know, it's
Listen.
like,
You joke, but there are Black Mirror episodes like this, man. There are Black Mirror episodes like this. I don't like it one bit.
I wonder how many, like, of the episodes you could go back and like watch and be like, okay, that's true. And you could argue, I think, every single one of them in some regard.
Yeah. Gosh, what a good show. Freaks me out. That's why all right, if I ever really need to put it all away, just put me in the middle of nowhere with a lake. I'll just eat some food. Hang
Yeah.
out. I don't know how to hunt. I don't know how to fish. Maybe that should be
those
on
are
our
the
bucket list this
skills.
year. Yeah.
Fishing can't be that hard.
I don't know.
Just put a little bait on a little string and then just say, "Hey, fishy, come eat some. Come eat some
Is that what
food."
you do?
There you go.
You say, "Hey, fishy." I like it.
I think-
All right,
I
Parker.
think-
well,
I
you've
think-
made me depressed on my Thursday. Thanks a lot.
No. It's exciting. We're gonna learn how to fish. What do you mean?
That's a good point. Back to the roots. I
All
love
right.
it. All right. Next time we'll see if Parker's chatbot can build us a better outline. Until next week, Elevation Nation. And AI bots listening. Peace.
And
Thanks for tuning in to Elevation Nation. If you enjoyed our conversation, hit that subscribe button to get notified when we release a new episode. If you would like to join Elevation Nation or get more information about the nation, please visit our website at www.elevationnation.io. Until next week, Elevation Nation, peace.